We're here today at the Consumers Energy Lab, and I'm with lead chemical scientist Casey Ellert, and we're celebrating women and girls in STEM right now, and who better to show us along the way than you. Tell us a little bit about this lab, how long you've been working here, how long, and some of the things you guys are working on.
Well, we are currently in our inorganic lab right now, and we test about 20 different analyses here, and the majority of it is for environmental compliance in water, soil, and oil. I've been here since 2012. So I either go out in the field and collect the samples using specialized equipment, then I bring it back here in the lab and perform the analyses and report the results out to our customer.
So some of the samples that you take back from the field, you guys are testing them, analyzing them, and then putting them back safer than you found them?
Yes, so we make sure that we use our natural resources. For instance, pumping in water from Lake Michigan or Saginaw Bay, using that within our power plant to generate power, and then we clean it up and discharge it better and cleaner than what we found it.
What a cool job that you have. When you were a young kid, what first got you into STEM and the sciences?
Well, I wanted to be an astronaut, but I don't think I scored high enough in physics because I like rocks a little too much, so I did geology. I made a lot of rock soup in the backyard when I was growing up, and that started kind of my chemical reactions and I guess quest for science and always wanting to learn and be hands-on.
Mm-hmm. What would your advice be for young girls in school that would like to maybe have a cool career like you someday?
Definitely stick to your guns. Mm-hmm. Stand up for yourself. Find a mentor that is in your area that will support you and will help you in your new adventures. Do your research. Do scientific journals. Always question and don't accept no.
I like that. Casey, can you show me a little bit of what you guys have going on in the lab? This is so far over my head. I'm really going to have to ask you some in-depth questions, but could you show us a little bit around?
Sure. We can start right here. Okay. For those that do know, we have natural gas stations that actually pump natural gas to our customers. Now, as you know, automobiles have oil in their car to make them run. Well, everything that we have at Consumers Energy either runs on an oil or some sort of antifreeze glycol solution. So we make sure that those are in proper condition in order to provide energy to all our customers.
You guys are even really almost technicians at a lot of the plants because you have the expertise to know what's really going on kind of in the guts of everything.
Right. I've been to almost every plant, nuclear power, coal, steam. We also spend a lot of time doing environmental compliance on our landfills, and I was just at our Holland plant last week doing environmental compliance on our landfills for a couple days.
A lot going on. Yeah. A lot going on. Okay, so what's happening right here?
Well, we run about 7 different tests on one sample. Really? So we digest it in early Meyer flasks, then we bring it up to volume. So we add a whole bunch of chemicals to take the color out, take some of the contaminants out and interferences, and we make this clear, and we analyze the clear solution. Mm-hmm.
And this is fun.
It is, but when you get about 40 of them at one time, it gets a little complicated. But 3, we can handle 3.
Reliability for your customers is like the most important thing, right? And
yes.
You were working on solutions here that improve customers' reliability on the power.
Correct. So we have a lot of testing that we can do to help provide reliable power, whether that be from groundwater samples, soil samples, or oil from the transformers.
So what do we have in this little section? I think I recognize compressors with googly eyes on them.
Yeah, I just was able to purchase 4 new pumps, and it was a perfect spot to put some googly eyes. Just, gotta have fun. So right here is some of our environmental compliance samples. Okay. It's an EPA program at our power plant. So these are monitoring wells that we have at the landfill for our fly ash, and I'm testing total mercury.
Okay.
And it's an EPA method.
I think I should ask the question now. Can you explain mercury?
Mercury is a heavy element that you do not touch in a pure form.
Yeah. And how much mercury, like you talked about taking the water out of like our Great Lakes. Tell us a little bit about kind of that formula, how much mercury you're pulling out of there and how much is going back in after you treat it.
Right, so we have trace amounts, and it depends on if you're doing total, which is parts per million, or if you're in our clean room, and that's parts per trillion.
Okay.
So we have very trace amounts. Now, about 99.9% of the time, we have mercury that we take in, and then we're able to clean up the water, and then we have less mercury going out.
That's amazing. So here you have samples from kind of all over the state, and you're testing them to see kind of what needs to improve in each area of the state?
Correct. Yep. So we're just making sure that there isn't any kind of contamination going elsewhere.
Very good. Do you ever find anything interesting?
I find a lot of fossils.
Yeah. So tell us what you're doing at this station here. This looks very serious right here.
Actually, this is my test tubes for my analyzer, and I'm getting ready to do an automated digestion with my analyzer over there, and that's my mercury analyzer, and it runs on 6 different reagents, and it ranges from nitric acid, sulfuric acid, to potassium persulfate, and so on.
When you explain kind of your role at Consumers to your friends and family, do they picture something completely different than what you're really doing here?
So my sister referred to my job as a pond scum scooper and a rock digger,
Right.
but she's a nurse, so I don't think she understands the other side.
It's so funny. So what do you love about this job? I mean, one thing that's cool is this is a historical building you get to go into every day, right in the middle of downtown Jackson. But just talk a little bit about kind of your career here and what you've loved about it.
Oh, every day is different, and that's the fun part of it. You never know if you're going to do mercury, if you're getting an emergency call and you have to respond to some sort of environmental issue, or on the reliability side, if there's a transformer that tripped and it's not providing energy, we go and collect that oil and see if there's any kind of gases in there, if there's too much moisture, or if the dielectric strength has changed inside with the lubricating oil. And also, this was the original coal testing lab back in the early 1900s. So we did test coal way back when in this original lab.
That's amazing. And you have a great team here. And I imagine that there's a lot of group problem solving and working together. Talk a little bit about the team here at the lab.
Oh, the lab, we have about 50 people for all departments, but within our chemistry group, we have 8. And our 8 people here are very dynamic. We're very fluid. We respect each other, and I think it's a great culture. We do problem-solving events when there is a problem. We have daily operating reviews where we go over everyone's schedule, where's everyone at, what kind of resources we need to allocate and where, and also who's taking some personal time, who's going where, what kind of vacation, what are we celebrating.
Casey, tell me about this piece of equipment here. I understand that there is a light in there that is hotter than the surface of the sun.
Yeah, so in short terms, it's called ICP-MS, and we prep samples in our other laboratory, bring them here, and we analyze each individual ion for metals and minerals. And how we do that is a very high temperature. Yes, it's moving. Don't be scared. And the little flame up there is as hot as the sun's surface.
That's amazing.
Yep.
So the heat is creating the separation.
Correct. Yep.
Casey, this is like your own domain here. You can tell you have everything kind of set how you want it, how it should be. What's the spot back here?
Oh, this is the spot for all our acids. So I always, for some reason, have nitric acid in this corner. I am sulfuric, and then I have my hydrochloric. So in an inorganic lab, you do a lot of acid digestion to leach out your particles out of your matrix, like either soil or water.
So what is happening right here? Explain kind of a little bit of this drip process or whatever we're looking at.
Oh, nothing's happening really. We're just getting ready for use, whoever wants to use it. So we have different volumes that we can dispense in. So this is the permanent storage. We leave them here with the fume hood on, so any vapors will just kind of be evaporated.
Casey, thanks so much, and this is amazing, seeing what's possible with some of these STEM careers, and I think your story will inspire people. And I think what you said about finding a mentor and asking questions is great. Tell me, what's the best part of your job that people wouldn't guess?
Oh, I'm probably a paid site tourist. I get to travel the state, do a lot of awesome work, meet a lot of awesome people, and try some new restaurants for dinner.
Awesome. Casey, thanks so much for the tour, and thanks for all you do. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.